back to another video. If it is your first time here, I'm Vicky Baloyi and welcome to my channel. So a few days ago I asked my Instagram followers to ask me questions relating to natural hair or afro, and as always they came through with the questions. So in this video I'll be answering some of those questions and you guys will get to dive in a little bit into my natural hair journey, and I'll give you some tips and tricks as to how I take care of my hair. So I have 24 questions. I got more than that, but a few of them were quite similar. For example, a lot of you wanted to know which product am I currently using for my hair. You wanted to know when did I cut my hair and how long it took for it to grow. So I managed to narrow the questions down to 24, and I wrote them in my little notepad here because I'm using my phone. So we're gonna go through the questions together. Please continue watching, like this video at the end if you enjoyed it, comment down below, and lastly subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. The first question that was asked was, is your afro not painful? If yes, what do you use on it? The first thing that I must tell you is that natural hair or afro is meant to be very rough, so obviously something that is rough is painful, and we try by all means to use certain products to soften it up a bit. I know that moisture treatments do tend to make your hair a little bit soft as opposed to when you're not doing moisture treatments. Also, this whole thing of spraying water on your hair daily, most people overlook it, like they don't really get the point of doing this, but that is the main reason of spraying water every day, so that you can be able to manage, manipulate and style your hair without it feeling painful. So do spray water. I feel like water is like the best for our hair. If you don't spray water and you want to style your afro, obviously it's going to be painful. So if you're not doing moisture treatments, they're the first thing that I would recommend if your afro is very painful and rough. And secondly, make sure that you spray water every day, or if you don't want to spray it every day, every time you are styling or manipulating your hair, just so you can avoid the pain that you experience. Second question, or someone said hairline remedies please. So let me tell you what I do to my hairline. So every day obviously I will spray water and put some bit of butter or leave-in conditioner on my hair. Those are the very same products that I'm going to apply on my hairline. I will spray a little bit of water, put in leave-in conditioner or any butter that I'll be using for that day, and then gently massage on my hairline. I do that once a day, either in the morning or in the evening. Another advice that I would give is try avoiding hairstyles that pull your hair upwards or backwards. Do them minimally, so let it not be the hairstyles that you do every day. For example, like a high puff really pulls your hair, and if you're going to do that every day, obviously there's going to be some wearing off on your hairline. If you want to do that every day, try not to tighten your whatever that you use to tie your hair. Try not to tighten it too much. And thirdly, when you do like protective hairstyles, whether it's braids or cornrows or whatever, even like mini twists or 3-strand braids with your hair, try not to pull your hair too much here. So what I do is when I go to the salon, I try to communicate with my stylist not to pull my hair at all. So my current hairdresser knows that whenever we do like braids or cornrows here, like it's not a playground. So if I'm doing cornrows, for example, what she will do is she will plait the front with my own hair first, maybe up until here, and then from here going backwards she starts putting on her piece. It really looks neat, trust me, and it also helps with maintaining your hairline very well. Someone is asking, does rice water help with growing your afro? So I've never used rice water before, but I did hear that it works. I've never read or heard of any rice water review that says rice water doesn't grow your afro, and all the people that I know who have used rice water do agree to the fact that it does grow your afro. I've been meaning to try it out like in the past few weeks, but I've been procrastinating. But I'm going to try it out very soon, and I will let you guys know how it unfolds for me and my hair. And next question is, do you use any styling gel? Yes, I do use styling gel. The one that I have used ever since I started my natural hair is the Eco Styler gel. However, I use it very minimally, so for two reasons. Firstly, I love the natural look of my hair. So if I put like too much styling gel, it makes my hair looks a bit relaxed and I don't like the look of that. Secondly, styling gels have drying properties in them. So if you leave them for too long on your hair will become dry. So for example, if maybe I do a sleek bun or a high puff and I apply too much gel and wait till my next wash day, that won't be healthy for my hair because my hair will be dried out. So that will require me to rinse it off before I sleep or maybe after 2 days. So I feel like I would rather save myself the energy to have 2 wash days in a week. So I try to put little styling gel as possible so that I don't have to like rinse it out, so that I'm able to wait till my next wash day without my hair being too dry. I don't know if that makes sense, but I hope it does. Next question is, how often do you cut your split ends and how do you know it's time to trim them? So I cut my split ends for every 4 to 6 months. So how do I know that it's time to trim them? Like after my wash days, I do like 3 strand braids, and at the end, if there's like hair that is sticking out, maybe like it does not form part of that 3 strand braid or twist out, it looks very damaged, dull and dry, then you know that it's a split end and it needs to be cut. So I normally leave those for as long as 4 to 6 months till I cut them all off. Next question is, what can I use to make my afro soft and nourished, and what products have helped you grow yours? So like I said, our natural hair has a rough texture on its own, and using certain products help to soften it. So what you can do to nourish your afro and make it soft, you can do weekly moisture treatments, you can do protein treatments maybe once in 2 months. Do not deprive your hair of moisture. After washing your hair every wash day, make sure you do your lock method. You apply your water, you apply your oil, your cream or your butter. If your hair is very dry, then you can seal that lock method procedure with something like shea butter. So shea butter will help to keep that moisture inside your hair for a very long time. Also, I will emphasize this again, spray water on your hair daily. You can never go wrong with water. Water does soften and nourish our hair. I feel like it is the best hydrator or moisture for our hair. Spray water. She also asked what products have helped grow your afro. So I've used quite a variety of products like any natural hair girl would. We are such product junkies. So at the beginning of my natural hair journey, I started with Afro Botanics, literally the entire range, and I used it for quite some time up until I was comfortable in exploring other natural hair products. And then I went to Auntie Jackie. I really love the dip conditioner from Auntie Jackie. If you want to soften your hair, use a dip conditioner from Auntie Jackie. I'll put up a picture so you can see it on the screen. I went to Nilotica, I went to Native Child, and I also use a few products from different ranges like Cantu. I really love their leave-in conditioner. Another question is, how do you define your curls? So my hair doesn't have like a natural curl pattern, or it does, just that I haven't been able to achieve it. So what I do if I want my hair to be a little bit curly like this is I do 3 strand twists, and if I want the curls to be more enhanced, I use the Auntie Jackie's curl custard. It's called, is it a curl custard? Yeah, I'll put up a picture also so you can see it. So if I want my hair to be this curly, that's what I do. I do 3 strand twists and Auntie Jackie's curling custard. It is amazing. I love it. I didn't use it here, but sometimes I do use it. Another question is, how often do you wash your hair? So if my hair is out, meaning if I don't have like braids or cornrows, I wash my hair every week, like once a week, usually on Saturdays or Sundays if I'm not going to be busy that day or if I don't have plans. After washing, I follow up with my deep moisture treatment or deep conditioning. Then I follow up with my LOC method, which is liquid, oil and cream. Recently I've started exploring around the LCO method, so you swap the oil and the cream, and I love it. I don't see any difference so far, but I'm going to use it or do it over time and see if I will notice any change on my hair. So it's once a week followed by moisture treatment and lock method. What hair porosity do you have? So my hair is low porosity. For those who don't know, porosity is the hair's ability to absorb moisture and retain that moisture as well. So if you have low porosity hair, your hair will take quite some time to absorb the moisture, but it will retain the moisture very well, meaning that the moisture will last for a very long time in your hair cuticles. I also know that low porosity hair is prone to product buildup because the moisture tends to sit for a very long time in our hair. So if you have low porosity like me, I would advise that at least once or twice in 2 months, use something that will clarify your hair and your scalp. Auntie Jackie has a clarifying shampoo. I will put it up in the screen so that you guys can see it. Some people use apple cider vinegar. I've never used it, but I'm going to try it out very soon. I don't know much about high porosity hair because I'm not high porosity, but I know that it absorbs moisture too quickly and it also does not retain moisture very well. So it will absorb moisture quickly, but the moisture will also escape from the hair cuticles quickly. If your hair is high porosity, I would advise that you use shea butter to try and keep the moisture for quite some time inside your hair, to avoid doing your lock method maybe 2 or 3 times in a week, instead doing it once. Should you use a sealant and butter, or using either one is fine? You should use both. So when you're doing your lock method, you will spray your water, you will put your oil which will seal the water, and then follow up with your cream or your butter. If you're using the LCO method, you do spray your water, then your cream or your butter, then you seal all that moisture with the oil. There is no point in spraying water and applying butters and creams on your hair if you're not going to seal that with an oil. Otherwise, you will notice that your hair is still dry even after moisturizing it or doing a lock method properly so or consistently so. So sealants are very important. You should use them alongside with your water and your butters and creams. Another question is, do you base your scalp with anything at all? No, I don't base my scalp unless if I'm doing a hot oil treatment that I will rinse out in an hour or two, or maybe leave it overnight and rinse it the next day. But generally I do not base my scalp. Do you hair dry your afro? No, I don't hair dry my afro. I used to when I would like go get my hair done like braids or cornrows, because I believed that if I don't hair dry it, then it won't look as neat. But fortunately enough, I found a salon that can accommodate natural hair, so they know how to do like braids and cornrows on my hair and still look neat without them having to blow dry my hair. However, when I used to, I would use like a heat protectant serum or oil to reduce heat damage. And the one that I have used ever since I started my natural hair journey is this Cantu Thermal Shield. This is the only heat protectant product that I've used, but I know that Tresemme has one as well. ORS has one as well. And using such products does not mean you will not get heat damage. You will get heat damage, but then it will be reduced as opposed to when not using any heat protectant serum. Someone says, what should I do when I'm transitioning? So I didn't transition. Like I said, I did the big chop. So I have very little knowledge about transitioning. However, you can check other YouTubers that have transitioned so that you can get yourself some tips from them. However, what I know about transitioning is that you do not cut your relaxed hair. So you stop relaxing it and then you grow your afro from your scalp. So you will basically have like two hair textures, relaxed hair on top and afro like at the bottom, and you have to take care of both of them at the same time so that you look neat and so that your hair makes sense even though it's two textures at the same time. And for me, that sounds like a lot of work. Natural hair is a lot of work on its own, so I cannot imagine taking care of it and also having to take care of relaxed hair. So I don't advocate for transitioning. I advocate for big chop because that's what I did, and I know that doesn't have like a lot of admin as opposed to having to take care of two hair textures at the same time. And asked, how does one identify their hair type, and does it determine how you should take care of your hair? Yes, your hair type determines how you should take care of your hair. I know as Afro ladies we have 4A, 4B or 4C, but most of us is between 4B and 4C. And in terms of taking care of it, I don't know much about 4A and 4B because I'm 4C, and with 4C we usually wash like once a week and dip condition, do our lock method once or twice a week depending on our porosity. For example, if you have low porosity, it's okay to do your lock method once a week, and if you have high porosity you can do your lock method twice a week. And in terms of how you take care of 4A and 4B, I'm really not sure, but I have a hair magazine actually. So I think there's a section where they explain hair types nicely, so I will try and put up a picture for you so that you can take a screenshot and read through different type for hair so that you can be able to identify what your hair type is. After washing your hair, do you let it air dry or you do twist while it is wet? So I usually prefer to do my lock method or to twist my hair when it's wet. First reason is I want to keep my wash day as short as it can possibly be. Secondly, if I'm going to spray water on my hair, why wait for it to dry? You get what I'm saying? So I usually like twist it or actually braid it. Like I love 3-strand braids. I don't know how to twist my hair. So I don't usually wait for it to dry. I just go on with my oil and cream, and obviously as I'm braiding it, some parts get dry and then I will feel where I need to put more water or spray more water. So I don't wait for it to air dry. Another question is, which product would you recommend for someone who has afro but struggling with hairline? I feel like hairline, caring for your hairline doesn't start with what products you use, but it starts with how you manipulate your hair. Like I said, be careful, don't do hairstyles that will pull your hair too much. Communicate with your hairstylist, tell them that you don't want your hairline to be pulled too much because it is very soft. Our hairline is very soft, so you don't want to tamper with it that much. So I think that is the first step to like getting rid of all your hairline struggles. They say that prevention is better than cure, so try to prevent hairline breakage first. But if your hairline is already damaged, then castor oil for me is like the girl when it comes to hair growth. Try to use castor oil and water and leave-in conditioner on your hairline daily, and yeah, for some time, and then I think it will start growing back. But if you still have it or if you have recovered your hairline, try to prevent getting it damaged again. Another question is, what do you do after unplaiting your hair? Obviously, I will wash and treat my hair, like do a moisture treatment. And if it's been 2 months since I had done my protein treatment, then I will do protein treatment also. And then someone is asking, do you also do protein treatments? Yes, I do once in 2 months. Don't give your hair too much moisture, like don't dip condition a lot. and deprive your hair of protein. As much as our hair needs moisture, our hair also needs protein, so you have to balance the two. Also, if you just give your hair protein treatments, it's going to get very, very dry. It needs some moisture, so make sure that you do balance the two. Some people do protein treatments once in 3 months, once in 4 months. I think it depends on your hair. You have to know your hair, so you will feel when your hair is very dry, thin, or brittle. Like if it's breaking a lot, then you know that I need to do a protein treatment. I chose to do my protein treatment once in 2 months, and it works perfectly fine for my hair. And how often do you plait your hair? I don't really keep record of this. If I feel like I need to do braids or cornrows, I do go and get them. But what I do is in between, like if I want 2 hairstyles, I will make sure that in between those 2 hairstyles, there's at least 4 weeks that I spend with my hair out, just so I can let it breathe. So for example, I won't plait my hair and do it and then next week go and get another protective style. No, I will not do that. I always make sure that minimum there's 4 weeks in between, just so my hair can breathe and get some fresh air. But I really don't keep record of that. My hair is always changing its texture. What could be the reason? I think it depends on how the texture is changing. You should ask yourself, is it getting thinner and softer, or is it getting thicker and more rough? Then you can identify, you can try and find reasons as to why it is becoming like that. If it's more thinner and more soft, maybe you used maybe you blow dried your hair, so you're getting some heat damage. Maybe it's dry, like you're not giving it enough moisture to be thick, like it's not nourished. Or maybe you color treated your hair, like you dyed your hair. It can be a lot of things. And if it's coming more thicker and more rougher, maybe you're putting too much product, maybe it's getting product build up, maybe you're doing moisture treatments a lot or protein treatments a lot. As much as we need moisture treatments and protein treatments, remember that too much of something is not good. So yeah, I think those might be the reasons. So first identify how is it changing its texture, then from there I think we can try and find the reason behind that. I hope that answers your question. What's the correct routine for taking out your braids? Is there a treatment of some sort that one must do? I don't think there is a correct way of taking out your braids, but I will tell you how I take down my braids. So what I do is I mix water, like plain water, with conditioner, not leave-in conditioner, your normal conditioner. Then I will spray on my braids, whether it's braids or cornrows, whatever. I spray until my hair is wet. Then I will start taking down the braids. You should do this because you can't take down your braids while your hair is dry. Remember that dry hair breaks, so if it's wet, you prevent that hair breakage that might occur with taking down your braids. And I put in conditioner because I'm going to wash it anyway after taking down my braids, so it's sort of my, like, I start my washing process on that spot. And then what are you currently using? Like I said, I use a variety of products, but currently let me tell you what are my favorites. So for shampoo, I use the Native Child moisturizing shampoo. I love it because it doesn't make my hair dry. Shampoos strip out everything from your hair, including moisture and the natural oils that your scalp produce. So that Native Child shampoo is a moisturizing shampoo, so while it's taking out all that dirt and the oils and the products that are in your hair, at the same time is moisturizing your hair, so I don't experience any dryness after using the Native Child shampoo. And to condition my hair, I use the Afro Botanics Deep Moisture Treatment. This is the deep conditioner that I've always used ever since I cut my hair. I alternate it with Auntie Jackie's Deep Conditioner, but lately, I think for the past 3 or 4 months, I've been sticking on the Afro Botanics one. And then to do my lock method, obviously I will use my plain water. My oil, I mix my grapeseed oil as well as my olive oil, my extra virgin olive oil. The grapeseed oil is from Native Child. It's very good for low porosity hair. I mix them together in a bottle and that will make my oil. And for my cream, I love the Nilotica butter or the Afro Botanics super hair growth butter. So yeah, that's currently my simple hair care routine, and those are the products that are my current faves. So yeah. Someone asked how long have you been on the natural hair journey, and did you do the big chop? Yes, I did the big chop, and I cut my hair on the 9th of May 2018. I don't think I will ever forget this day in my life. It was like one of the best days of my life because I've always wanted to cut my hair. I remember seeing like pictures on Instagram of ladies with natural hair and afro, and I'd be like, this hair is goals. And that time I had long relaxed hair, but I would envy afro so much, and I would delay the action of me cutting my hair until one day I woke up and was like, you know what, going to the salon, I'm going to chop all this hair off. And my hair was literally this small, like I almost went bald. And I'm so grateful for that day, you guys, because yo, where would my hair be right now? I honestly don't miss the relaxer's life. I do not. I'm enjoying afro so much. I don't think I will ever go back to relaxed hair. It's not for me. There are girls who live with natural with relaxed hair and it suits them. It's beautiful. I think we all have preferences at the end of the day, and yeah, I chose the natural hair route, and I am so happy. It's fulfilling. You learn new things every day about your hair. Sometimes it surprises you, sometimes it blows your mind. You're like, oh, I look good. Sometimes it shrinks, it becomes the small, and you hate it so much you want to relax, or you want to chop it off, or you want to get braids done just so you can get it out of the way. But trust me, it is amazing. So it's been 2 years and 2 months, and yeah, I'm loving it. That was our last question. Thank you so much if you watched up until this far. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a huge thumbs up. Comment down below, share with me your natural hair journey if you do have natural hair, and also subscribe to my channel if you have not subscribed already. Thank you so much for watching. See you guys in my next video. Bye.